Welcome back to Unknown and Talented. My name is Jelan Abrams, and today we have a very special guest today, Jay Mitch. He's a coach, coaches everything. He's a trainer, super health conscious. What's up, Jay Mitch? How you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm good, man. I appreciate you having me.
Of course, of course. But before we get started, you are a football coach. What's your football team? Because that's really going to matter. Depending on what you pick, we might have to end up in the conversation.
Man, to be honest, I don't even really like teams no more just because of how dudes
Okay.
switch them so much. I'm more of I appreciate the players, But I mean, so if I had to pick one, I guess I would go with the Saints.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, because I'm a Giants fan. If you said Redskins, Cowboys, or Eagles, I'd be like, all right, man, we
Right,
gotta go.
right. Nah, I feel that. Nah, I feel that. Cowboy fans is different.
Yeah, man. But you are a football coach. How was that experience of being a football coach? When I never played football, but all I know is them football coaches are yelling crazy loud at these kids. How was that experience?
Yeah, man. Being a coach is great because I used to be a player myself, so I know what the players like, I know what they don't like, and then being a coach, I get to see it from that coach perspective, so then I can also see like the things that benefit them that they may not like, but then I can kind of articulate it in a way to where they want to do it more, so. It's really cool, eh, uh, as far as my creative space in sports. And then just using sports to really impact life because everybody's not going to be professional athletes or go D1 or even play in college at all. So, I use sports as a way to, impact the youth and, help them grow and to be good people.
I like that. I like that a lot because you think of growing up. For me, it was like you play basketball to make it to the NBA. So your mindset is like, yo, y'all not gonna make it to the lead. So y'all have to make sure y'all do other things. So how do you help incorporate that and let the students know without letting them down? Like, yo, you might not be cut out for this, but you can still do other things to be successful.
Um, well, for one, I never make that decision for them. What I do is I I give them the tools that they need to make them better in the sport, right? To take it as high as they can. But then I also make sure that I keep the conversation of like, what else are you into? You know what I mean? What are your grades are like? What are your grades like? Are you planning on going to college, or what's your plan after school, after high school? You know what I mean? Sparking those conversations um, helps to kind of open that door more, and then they can receive the idea of not playing a sport anymore. You know what I mean? Because I know, growing up for us, when people would talk to us, it's, you got to have a plan B. And it's like, I know for me at that time, I was like, what you mean a plan B? Like, I'm going to the league. You're tripping.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no such thing. No
you know what
such
I
thing
mean?
as
Like,
Plan
like,
B.
like what you talk about a plan B, but like, um, being older now, being a coach and a father now, I understand that. And it's like, so I guess I just deliver it to them in a different way, man. You know what I mean? But I guess you just really have to connect with them in order to do that. You know?
Mm-mm. Okay. And I like that because you said you did play before. So let's just talk about your past. So how did you get started into playing and then translating into being a coach?
Yeah. So my past, man, um, you know, I come from I'm originally from Portland, Oregon. Um, moved to Hawaii when I was 10. I come
What?
I come from a right. It's beautiful, the culture, the people, everything about it. I loved it. My parents split at a young age, so I went back and forth from parents, and wasn't really able to see family a lot. So sports was my way to I guess cope, you know what I mean, and deal with not having my cousins and my other siblings and things like that, my grandparents. So I really dove into it. Um, and I trained myself. I didn't have a trainer. I went and looked up drills. I would study my favorite players, all that types of stuff. And I played played football at least from when I was 12, to college. And just going through that and dealing with the struggles and the ups and downs I deal with, the favoritism, coaches' sons, whatever, you get to college and then everybody is the best player on the team. And, all of that, I feel like, I was just always pulled to like want to coach. You know what I mean? And I've always kind of done it on the side since I was like 14, coaching little league teams or little powder puff leagues for the girls, or, helping out at the summer, the summer fun activities and stuff like that. So I've always kind of been interested in it. It's actually what I went to school for. I
Oh
went to
wow.
I went to college at UNLV for it. We had a program where we could put together our own studies to create our own career path, right? So I put together sociology, nutrition, sports science, and psychology in there to be. Oh, I'm sorry, business management to be a coach, right? So I created my own little curriculum in order to put it together to be a coach, right? Because you need nutrition, you need to be able to talk to people, you need to know how to understand the mind, you need to, know the sports science, right? And then the business side of it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it was kind of just a plan that I just kind of stayed steady with and just followed. You know what I mean? And started with training friends, fellow athletes, then to working with the youth, then to just, doing sessions here and there. And then, then it kind of, opportunities really just came from everywhere on the journey. You know what I mean? From coaching high school teams to coaching at, to training at gyms and teaching my philosophies, right? They're bringing me in to teach them my knowledge on, football or movement or basketball or whatever. So, yeah, man, it just kind of just evolved from just going through and learning the game and wanting to be the best I can be in the game and wanting to be in the league, but not having anybody to really mentor me though. So I went through a lot of unnecessary stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of unnecessary stuff. Not having that mentor or that person to just be in your corner, or to kind of be like, you should work more on this because it's gonna help you get there, or maybe you should lay off on that a little bit and try this out, or you know what I mean? Just to kind of just push me, keep me in the right direction. So I just try to be that for the kids that I encounter.
Yeah, and I like that, and that's the reason why I did get you on the show, because you were talking with Dayani, and I heard the podcast, and you were just talking so much about the mental aspect of being a coach. So it's just cool to hear that you didn't have a mentor, but now you're being a mentor to these kids. So does the mentorship ever take a go outside of the field? Because you're a football coach and a track coach, correct?
Yeah, yeah. So, yep, I coach
Yeah.
football and track, and then training other stuff in between. But repeat your question. Does it get in the?
The, does the mentoring the kids pretty much take themselves outside of just the field or the track?
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it does. I mean, kids reach out to me all the time, um, just asking questions about life, advice on how to be a better athlete, um, you know, where did I find a certain you know shirt or glasses I was wearing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they always connected with me and asking me questions, and I opened that door on the field though. I let them know, reach out to me. If you don't have my number, get it, call me, text me. If I don't hit you back right away, I'm not ghosting you, right? I do a lot of stuff. I'm gonna get back to you, right? Just those simple, that simple communication with them, um, it just helps makes them feel comfortable to talk to me off the field.
I like that. I like that. And one thing that you did say was the mental part. So, what is the importance of having that mental toughness in your athletes? Because we all know about the training, the footwork, the strength and conditioning,
Right,
but people
right.
don't really talk about that mental aspect. What is the pretty much explain why that is so important.
Man, it's important because it's what keeps you going. Um, a lot of people, we tend to believe that like when something's good, when we're going down the right path, it should just be easy. Everything should just be smooth. We should just, if I want to get this thing, if I'm supposed to get it, I should just get it. And it's like that's not life. It's full of ups and downs. You're not gonna always get what you want when you want it, but just stay down with the process, right? And it's teaching them, um, one of my favorite rappers, Nipsey Hussle. I really believe in that TMC, the marathon continues, right? Like it's teaching them that it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, right? Like I'm not trying to race nobody. I'm not trying to beat nobody nowhere. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be the best that I can be. So what pace can you move at individually, to sustain you? You know what I mean? And that's what the mental toughness allows you to do. Move at that consistent pace, you know?
Okay, so that's good. I like that for the athletes. But what do you do for you? Because you're a coach, you
Yeah,
have to deal with winning,
right.
losing, going through your own ups and downs. What do you do for you for your mental toughness?
Man, honestly, it's self-care, man. I take a lot of time for myself throughout the day. First thing I do in the morning, I go straight to myself and I pray, I say my affirmations, I get my energy right, put my feet in the ground, you know what I mean? And then I just kind of I just make sure my energy is good, you know what I mean? I make sure my intentions are clear, my mind is clear. I release any type of baggage that I may have or tension or something like that. But I just make sure that that is something that I do every day, and if I need to, multiple times a day. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on how I feel. Sometimes I can just do it one time in the morning and be good all day, right? Sometimes I do it in the morning and then I go out throughout the day and it's starting to get to me. So I just gotta, take my time for myself. You know what I mean? And on top of, that time for myself, it's your nutrition, the things you put in your body. I do a lot of studies on, nutrition and what certain foods do for you and things like that. And the food you eat have a really, really, really big impact on your mind and how clear you think. And that's a touchy subject for people because when I speak on that, some people kind of they start, some people they feel away because they feel like I'm judging them for what they eat or I'm insulting them because of what. But it's nothing like that. This is science, right? Like this stuff is like proven. You know what I mean? So um, that's just what it is. I'm just giving the information.
Okay, well, this is a free space. What is your mindset on that? Like, just share it. I don't listen. I'm open for
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah, 100. I mean, it just depends on where you want to go with it, right? Because I mean, pretty much the human body, right? Like we really don't need, you know, it, the meats that they say, right? The dairies that they say, we got to be mindful of, the fruits and vegetables that we eat, where we get them from. You know what I mean? Um, just making sure that we're drinking a lot more water than anything else. And not only water, um, but hydrating ourselves with H3O2, which is the water in fruits and vegetables, right? And that's like that
H. I'm sorry,
H3O2,
H3O2. What is
right?
that? Yeah,
So yeah,
explain
so
that.
H3O2 is is the electrical energy in the water that comes in fruits and vegetables, right? And that is what helps to keep our body going and nourishes our body, keeps us healthy, and it keeps, it prevents the inflammation, right? A lot of people have been on this Dr. Sebi wave, right? Dr. Sebi wave with the whole, alkaline diet and all that kind of stuff, right? And there's a lot of truth to that, right? My advice to people, what I'm saying, is really to just look into H3O2 yourself, though. You know what I'm saying? Because like I can give you all the game in the world about it, but until you like really see what it is for yourself and the benefits of it yourself, it hits different. You know what I mean? And that's something I've just learned from experience, even myself and like with others, like I've given people game over and over and over and over again. And they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's not that they don't believe me, right? It's just like, I hear you, you feel me? I hear you. But then that's just it, right? But then when they go and look into it, they're like, hey man, like that stuff really like it like really does that for real. Like, and do, and then next thing you know, they own it and they drinking it. You know what I mean? Um, and so, but yeah, man, the foods you eat, it's just so important. You know what I mean? The simplest way I can put it is it keeps your mind clean and fasting, I fast often. You know what I mean? I'll go on like random 2, 3 day fast, just because, because that's something, I'm a spiritual person. So, um, I, that's just something that I know really helps me and it allows me to clear my mind and just, just allow things to flow how they supposed to flow, and I can allow things to, I can receive, those creative thoughts I need to receive. I can kind of get through whatever kind of struggle or storm is going on, it just helps keep me grounded. So yeah, man, that nutrition, that diet is huge. It's huge.
Yeah, no, I like a lot of things you said so far, man. It's just that I just know like your mental is so strong because you're like staying consistent with it. Because me,
Yeah,
my problem, I try to journal or try to meditate in the morning. Meditate is hard. Sitting down
right.
there for 5 minutes, I'm just like, yo, I can't do it. So what I've been trying to
100%.
do yeah. So what I've been trying to do is journal. So every morning, I remember. A morning I might not remember, but it's just like a lot of times if life is going good, you're like, oh, I can skip today. You know what I mean? But then when life is going bad, now you try to go into it, and it don't really help out. You know?
Right, right. No, 100%. I mean, it's a journey, man. Like I meditate often, but it was tough in the beginning because just the whole word meditate, right? It makes it this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you expecting this, like it just makes it a thing. And it's like I know on my journey I've learned to not make it that. I've learned to just make it just time for myself. You know what I mean? And shoot, I heard Oprah say it. She said she got a prayer chair, a chair that she just sits in and she just prays. And she talks to herself, she talks to God, and she just lets her thoughts flow and just chill. And that's meditation right there. You know what I mean? Like you're sitting down and you allowing yourself not to do nothing. But the problem is, you know, when you so productive, and I can tell you productive dude, you know what I mean? You like, yo, I got this idea. I'm trying to get on it. Like, let's get to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's me too all the way. Like, man, my lady got to tell me all the time, well, you need to sit down. I'll be up 2, 3, 4 in the morning just doing something. Um, and which is cool, like that's just a part of like certain people's creative energy. Um, but taking that time to tell yourself like, nah, I'm gonna just sit right here and just do nothing right now because at the end of the day, man, like 5 minutes ain't gonna take nothing away from you, especially with, at least, and I can only speak for me, right? I know with my intention, I'm coming with it. When I go to work on something, I'm coming with it. So like taking 5 minutes, I can do that.
Yeah.
Like
No, you're right.
like
Yeah,
I could do
because
that because
it's funny.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead again. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, I was it's saying it's funny. I was reading a book years ago. Russell Simmons. He basically said if you can't meditate 20 minutes a day, that means you need to be meditating for 2 hours a day.
Man, for real. And it's like, man, that's the kind of that's the point. I don't do that every day, but I would like to. That's where I would like to be on. You know what I mean? There's times where I do get in those deep meditations though, where I'm just, you just in it. You know what I mean? And the thoughts flow, and the energy's there, and you just there, and it's a beautiful thing, man. It's something you got to experience again for yourself. And something I learned is a lot of people want to tell you how to do something. You know what I mean? And that's another thing that motivated me to be a coach is because nobody wants to be told what to do for real. You know what I mean? They like suggestions, they like ideas, they like help, but like nobody wants to be told like this is how you need to live your life in order to be successful. Because because I mean honestly, most cases it's not what we want, you know, individually. So my message to the youngins, if there's anything I want them to learn from me is like just be you and be different. Like dare to be different. You don't have to force being different, but like if you want some different stuff, go ahead. You know what I mean?
And well, and so why are you telling them to be different? Why can't I just be like Bobby or James? Why do I have to be different?
Because most cases you don't really want to be like Bobby. You just think Bobby is cool. Like like honestly, like that's just what it is. Like most cases you don't even really like those people. You don't even really want to be like them for real. But like they seem cool to other people, and there's something in us that wants to be cool for people, and it's really we want to be loved by people, you know. That's what it is. But all this other stuff in life kind of it, it clutters it. You know what I mean? The news, the food, the drama, the pointless shows and trends and like you know what I mean? Like all that kind of stuff, it really clutters the mind to where it makes people believe that they really want to do these things. And then they really don't though. So my message is whatever you're doing, have a purpose. That's it. Have a purpose. Like do you and just know why just know the reason why you're doing whatever it is you're doing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I like that. I like that. So what I want to move into now, I want to talk about you. You're an entrepreneur as well.
Hmm.
So you do have, you are a coach, but you also do training. How's that experience of being an entrepreneur? Because everybody wants to be an entrepreneur nowadays, but how is it actually doing it?
Right. Man, it's a beautiful thing, man. I remember back in like 2012, 2013, telling my parents yo, I want to own my own business. Like that's just something I want to do. Cause at that point, I worked so many jobs, man. So like, and I just knew, I just felt that's what I wanted to do, you know? Um, so like, going on that journey, having so many people be like, nah, man, you crazy. Like, you know what that takes? Like what you own? Like, you know where we from? Like all the stuff I heard, it was crazy, but like, um, to see it now come through, and man, just being able to really live my dream. You know what I mean? Like I'm not at the top where I want to be, but like I'm living that journey I want to live, and it's man, it's amazing, man. It's a blessing, really. I'm just really thankful.
Mm-hmm. So talk more of that process of starting it. So you said 2011, 2012 ish.
Back in, yeah, 2012, 2013 is when I had the idea. And I knew I wanted something to impact people. That's just something that's always been on my heart. People and youth, most importantly, because just the youth of the future, man. Um, People got a lot of problems, a lot of things to say about the world and the kids and the youth, but nobody wants to like help them out or do nothing for them. So I I'll I'll do something. I'll do what I can. That's just the way I look at it. But yeah, man, I knew I always wanted to help people, and I knew I wanted something that my family could be a part of and my loved ones could be a part of, to also do what they love, as well. Whatever that is, you know what I mean? I just want them to be doing something that they enjoy, and we can give back to others at the same time. You know what I mean? Um, so just over time, I just kind of coached and learned from other businesses. I worked a lot of different jobs, um, for a lot of different companies, just to see how they worked, just to see how it was ran. Helped out family members and their businesses to see how they did it, and I learned. I just picked up stuff, how what the staff liked, what they didn't like, what the clients liked, what the clients didn't like, like were they a successful business, were they not? Like, I just picked it up everywhere. I've worked sales, I've cooked, you know what I'm saying? I've been in warehouses, like all types of stuff, man. And so I just learned the game and I just soaked it up as I'm training and coaching on the way. You know what I mean? And you know, as time goes on, I just meet good people, and I feel it's a gift. And I have a gift. I have a really creative mind to just kind of piece people together, connect people. Not even necessarily to me, but just connect people. And so I just started putting pieces together. Like, man, you do this, and you need that, and he do this, and he need that. Like let's do this. Bring it together. And I just started doing that and kind of building my own team. And before you know it, like, I got a group of staff and like about 5 coaches that's down, just rocking. You know what I mean? For one company, uh, and all of us have a lane now, and it's just it's all divine timing, man. I really like I I wish I could say like I had a master plan and I put it together, and it's like I did, but like I was just going with it and just trusting my heart in every decision. You know what I mean? And things just kind of fell into place, man. It was just like divine timing, really.
No, I love that. It's crazy. I was so pretty much I hit you up. I was just on Instagram, right? And I was just looking at, you posted something about like the footwork and everything, right? And I'm just
Hmm.
like, man, I would love to have a conversation with Jay, man. I would love to have a conversation. I'm just so happy I actually decided to do it
Oh,
because a lot of times
100%.
you procrastinate. Because I bookmarked it. I'm like, I'll hit him up later. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, let me hit him up. Let me hit him up now.
100%.
Yeah, no, but that's so fire, man. That's so fire. I love it, man. I love it. So talk about that. Talk more about like how you actually help the people because you're a trainer, so you more help with like footwork. So explain like the importance of that because if somebody's an athlete, they might not know. They might just think, oh, just get in the weight room and just do weights. Like tell them the importance of having your footwork right.
Right. Yeah, man, my thing I teach with my footwork is coordination for one, um, stability, um, and really just having like proper technique and mindfulness of each and every movement that you make. Right. That's what I do because um, if you really watch a lot of these top athletes, man, they're not coordinated, or they have horrible stability skills, right? Injury prone, right? So having coordination and stability skills and proper technique will eliminate your injuries. You know, I know it will decrease, right? You're still gonna get hurt, not, you know what I mean? It's football, you know what I mean? But I would say the injuries of you hurting yourself on the field or the court or wherever you play, right? How many times we've seen an athlete step and blow ACL? You know what I mean? Somebody roll up under their feet, or they land wrong and break something, right? All those things are lack of coordination, lack of stability, lack of proper technique and body function, right? So my thing is I tap into that, you know. I slow it down to help you speed it up, you know, and do it properly, right? So you know, that's really the most important part, man, is injury prevention and you know, performance efficiency as well on top of that.
Hmm. So let's say I'm an athlete, right? What is the first thing I need to work on? What's like something I could get? I know they have cones, they have ladders, they have hurdles. What's the first thing that I should get so I can improve my footwork?
Well, it gets tricky, you know. It depends on what you have naturally, right? Everybody's different. So, you know, I would say at least get your running motion down. Get some type, you know, get a proper, but even then, like, it's hard to teach yourself how to run properly. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it's like
yeah,
it, but that's why having a trainer is so important, right? Like, these are things that I learned just along my journey, right? Like, I get to college, man, and we doing all these drills and training and all this crazy stuff, and I'm dying. I'm like second guessing, like, man, do I even like mess with football like that? Like, you know, and I'm talking to some of my boys, and then they're like, man, we used to do this in high school like all the time. And I'm like, what? Like, why was y'all doing this? You know what I'm saying? But like, it's different
yeah.
over there, right? And it's like they you know, they started earlier. They started training at like 9, 10 or something like that, right? I didn't get into football until I was 10, and I didn't train for it. I just played, right? I didn't start training myself until I hit about 12, because that's when I made the decision, like, okay, I want to play this game. So I got to get better. You know what I mean? I want to get better. And honestly, I wasn't that good at first. Like, I really wasn't, you know, but then, and man, all my friends will tell you, they still talk about it to this day. One summer hit, and then I just, I was just good at everything all of a sudden. But it was that work I did behind closed doors, right? You know, um, learning those mechanics, right? So it depends on the individual. Like, I'm the type that, like, I'm really hungry and I'm really disciplined when it comes to things that I want, and I will hold myself accountable. Like, I don't play no games. You know what I mean? So like, when I made the decision to want to play football, I was like on YouTube every day, looking at my favorite players, trying to find whatever kind of NFL drill, college drill, and those things wasn't even hot back then. So I couldn't even find them. Like, the only person that was doing it was Chad Ochocinco back then. You know what I mean? And you know, it was my favorite receiver, so I didn't care. But still, he was the only one doing it, right? So it was hard to find that, you know. But, you know, I was blessed with opportunities to, you know, go to camps and be in certain situations to learn from, you know, D1 athletes and pro athletes along, you know, my journey of playing sports, and um, you know, be around professional athletes, kids, and things like that, and be able to soak up game from them. And yeah, man, it just it just really took my hunger to really want to be great and the best that I could be, you know. So like, if you don't have that, it's gonna be really hard for you to go and just train yourself, because you'll probably go to the field, but you're not gonna be like, you're not really gonna get no work in. You just gonna go to the field and just tell people you went to the field.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it's something that you said. Something that you said. You said you when you started off you weren't good, but what the work you put behind closed doors, what improved you. Talk about the importance of that, especially like since you have your athletes now, because a lot of times now in this generation we think it's instant gratification. Yo,
Right,
I want to play football. I'm gonna go out there. I'm about to do good. You know, people
right.
don't talk about the work it takes to be, better. Because like I know you have athletes that you coaching that they probably didn't start off good, but they ended up improving. So talk about that. That like just you're not gonna start off great.
Yeah, it, honestly, it's that Cinderella story that you hear from almost all the greats, right? Like it, you, it just comes down to how bad you want it, man. Because like it doesn't matter if you're good, if you have the talent or not. You know what I mean? Hard work beats talent any day, any
Like
day.
Jimmy Butler, you see Jimmy Butler out there.
Man, you know what I mean? It like literally, and the problem is what I learned as a coach and as a trainer is that a lot of the kids with talent have horrible work ethic. The kids who not that good or they second string or like be overlooked, the underdog, they hustle. And I mean hustle because they be overlooked. They the underdog. People don't give them no attention. They can't just go out there and just have it like that. You know what I'm saying? But the kids who can, the athletes who can, they go out there chilling. They laxed. They going through the motions. They not really giving effort, right? And so it's that effort, man. That's what takes it to the next level. Not just oh I tried a little bit. Nah, like yo real like full effort. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to kill yourself. You have to strain yourself. You have to freak out. You have to stress. Like just give the most effort you can give right here in this moment, and you're gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? And stay consistent with that though. You know what I mean? That's all it takes. And that's literally all it takes. Give as much effort as you can in this moment and stay consistent with it and you're gonna be good. Don't worry about showing people, telling people I gotta post it. I gotta me personally, I honestly don't like posting. I'm gonna just keep it so 100 with you. I don't because I've learned that I get so much more done when I work behind closed doors. You know what I mean? And it's like I don't need the validation of I'm handling my business. I don't like if you're not gonna add to what I'm doing, I really don't need to talk to you about it. And that's just where I'm at with all my business. You know what I'm saying? And it's like in that sense, right? And but it's like my friends, of course, my loved ones, my family, yeah, we talking, we chopping it up. You know what's up with me. We talk on the regular, right? Yeah, but it's like I see these young kids, man, they get so caught up in what it looked like. Oh, I gotta show these pictures, I gotta show this video. I just gotta go out there and do it. Oh coach, I just can't do it. My body just don't do it. I'm just not good. I get some man, I really have players come up to me and talk to me and be like, hey coach, I just wanna let you know, like, I'm not that good. So like, don't even worry about me. And I'm like, what? Like, what you talking about? He's like, nah. I'm like, man, I know I'm not that good. I know I'm not gonna play. So like I'm just out here just to be out here. And I'm like, look, man, like I can coach anybody. So as long as you coachable and you giving me effort, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I need from you. I don't need nothing else. If you think you gotta come over here and look like somebody you saw that look good, like don't worry about that. You know what I mean? It's my job to teach you, right? That's also something that I see. I'm not gonna say all or whatever. Some coaches do. They don't really teach these kids. They just expect them to be able to do something without showing them how to do it. But then because they don't show them how to do it or know how to show them how to do it, it's oh that kid just don't got it. They just ain't got it. So now that kid think he just don't got it, but he just was never taught how to do it.
Yeah, no, and you're right about that because my sister played basketball. So there's one girl on her team that honestly just learned how to play basketball. Like she wasn't really that good, so a lot of people was putting pressure on her to like, you can need to know how to do this stuff. But she ended up being basically the best player in the team, and now she's playing overseas and
Oh
making
man,
money off of playing
that's
basketball.
huge.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's so cool. Just like then just looking at her and that growth of like, yeah, I practiced, I did
It
this stuff to
is.
become better. Now I could go over there. So that's definitely pretty good.
It is, man.
So go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, yeah. I mean, that just made me think, man. I had a player actually on my high school team last season. Um, the season before that, he was like third, fourth string or something like that. Everybody was calling him slow, saying that he wasn't gonna play much, and he was hungry though, listening to everything, soaking it up, asking me, can we get some extra work in, whatever, and get through the season, man. He ended up being our best receiver on the team and being the leading what is he? He was the leading receiver that year on the team, and he got first team all league receiver. Um, on top of that, you know what I mean? So went from fourth string to starting to the leading receiver, first team all league, all in one season jump. Just from putting that effort and consistency in, man. And he's still consistent with it to this day. And I'm excited to see what he's gonna do this coming season, you know.
That's what's up.
But
Yeah.
it's stuff like that, man. I love seeing that, and I get to do things like that all the time with these athletes, and it's like that's what it's about for me, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. No, that's good. That's fire, man. That's definitely fire. But you are a coach. You see the growth in all of them. Now you are a father, seeing the growth in a little one for you. How was that experience, man?
And it's wild. It's wild. It's man, she's all the baby stories I heard of myself times 10.
Wow.
Man, it's like she's something else, but I love it. She's so beautiful, man, and bright, and her own little strong personality, boy. I mean, she only one and knows what she wants. She's starting to
Yeah.
talk already. She definitely knows how to tell you no. And she definitely know how to say yes, I want that. So man, but it's beautiful, man. Me and my lady, we raised her different. And my lady has children before our daughter. Um, and we raised our daughter um different than those boys completely. They're breastfed, or she's breastfed as well, but she's straight fruits and vegetables diet. She doesn't eat processed foods, you know what I mean? um Always drinking water, having her smoothies and things like that, man. She's been standing since like 8 months. You know what I mean? Standing and trying to walk since like 8 months. And literally she like running around right now, man, like trying to learn how to jump already. And it's her favorite food is avocados. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow. That's
like she love avocados, man. Like that's her go-to. That was actually the first food we fed her, was avocados. And man, I learned through her. We kind of experimented a little bit with our studies, and it's like man, it's just great to see. Like she don't even. We've tried to give her like sweet stuff and like certain candies and stuff, and she don't even want it because it's just
wow.
it's just not her vibe.
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just it's amazing to see, like, wow, like, we was eating all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying, when we was kids, and it's hard for us to let it go. But not even introducing her to it, she don't even really know. She's never really exposed to it. So she don't know nothing else but, you know, what she's been eating. Um,
No, that's
so
fire. That's
so
fire.
yeah.
Go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, yeah,
No,
I
I
know it's gonna lead her to continue to be healthy, man. So that's that.
yeah.
I just hope it stays.
No, I'm just saying it's fire. It's fire because I have a nephew, so I remember one because like me, I like putting spinach in everything. So I
Yeah.
made some spaghetti and I put some spinach in there and I
No,
gave it to him.
that hits. That hits.
He's like, what? No, but no, he's different. Though. He's like, what is that? He said, what's that green sauce? I said, it's spaghetti. Eat it. I was like, yo, man, this is ridiculous.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, they don't want them. They don't want them greens.
No, man. So it's definitely good that you're actually getting her to get some green. So,
Yeah,
so when are you gonna start bringing out the? Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, it's funny now that I think about it, man. Her least favorite would probably be like kale and
Kale. Oh, okay.
and
See,
probably some
Kale's
spinach.
actually is actually really good. I know kale is like better than spinach though. Cause at first I was like eating nothing but spinach.
Yeah,
Everybody was saying like get the kale, and kale is really good.
kale is
So yeah, I've
definitely a
been
lot
trying to
better for you.
And then what kind of vitamins? We're getting close to the end, but I just want to know what kind of vitamins and other stuff are you taking? Because you're very health conscious. I am too, but it seems like you know way more than me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I already know you know way more than me.
man. Honestly, man. Shout out to my lady, man. She's I know I have a lot of knowledge too, but she puts me on a lot of game. You know what I mean? She's super holistic. She on her stuff. She went to nursing school and all that, and then kind of went holistic with it, and so she know both sides, and it's cool, man. But every day um I take fish oils to help with my inflammation. I take Total VRX, and that pretty much just helps kill like viruses and bacteria in your body. Um, and then sometimes, we in Oregon, the sun don't be out certain times, we'll take some vitamin D. Um, but natural sun is always better. Like I don't recommend like taking vitamin D if you have like sun outside.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
um,
You put staying in your closet, just taking vitamin D. I'll be all right.
man, it's crazy, man. You be surprised. Some people be like, "Man, I got that vitamin D. I don't even need the sun." I'm like, "Yo, like, chill out, man." but
Yeah.
and then shoot, there's one more. I feel like I'm forgetting one. I got like it's like 4 tabs just on my counter. I just pop, pop, pop every morning, man. but I
Yeah,
want
no,
to
no,
say,
no, turmeric as well. Do you take turmeric?
oh yeah. So what I do with turmeric is I put that. I either drink turmeric teas, or I'll put it in like my juices. So I have a fruit juicer, and we'll juice pineapples, some turmeric, what I mean, watermelon, mangoes, whatever we feel like. Honestly, we just experiment at this point. And just juice good stuff. But so on my man, I wish I would have brought it up here. On my refrigerator, I printed out this paper for my family that we put up, and it has a list of fruits and vegetables and the health benefits that each one has for you. So we kind of look at that and experiment on our juices and mix and match how we make our smoothies and things like that, based on what each thing is going to do for our body. Um, just to mix it up, you know. Um,
That's good. What you can do? Just take a picture for me, and what I could put on the YouTube so they can
okay.
everybody can see it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could actually. I
Yeah.
think I have a picture on my phone too. So yeah, I can just
Okay.
shoot that to you.
Yeah, you can send that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So no, that's good, man. But we pretty much close to the end. It's 12 o'clock over here. You're
Right. Yeah,
in
it's
Oregon,
late.
so I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta get
ready to
to
go to
bed.
sleep? No, 100%.
But I'm happy. I'm happy I stayed up because this is a great conversation. It's the only time you could do it. So this was definitely great. I do appreciate you coming on. Is any last things you want to say to the audience?
Nah, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. This is it's cool. I like what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, man. People need to see it. More positive black men out there doing stuff and just doing what they enjoy. You know what I mean? So yeah, appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. So again, my name is Jelan Abrams. Got Jay Mitchell here, unknown and talented. See you next week.